Derek, can you just update us with the team news tomorrow night?
So, I think from last week, Ben Godfrey's been added to the squad. I think that's it. I think that's the only change from the squad. Oh, Nico hasn't travelled. Nothing to do with injury or anything like that, just potential maybe of a transfer, potentially. And I just think we're so late in the window, maybe it's something the club's looking at. So he's trained this morning, but he's been left back in Glasgow.
I mean, you've spoken about your desire to work with Nico. I mean, how much of a reach would that be for you to lose him at this stage in the window?
Yeah, that's kind of hypothetical at the minute. I think I think there's, when I came into the job, there was it was quite kind of clear that there was maybe going to be an opportunity for Nico elsewhere. There's been plenty of interest in him. We believe that interest has stepped up over the last couple of days. So something may or may not happen. If Nico stays beyond the window, then it'd be great to work with him, but if he doesn't, we wish him well.
And you're confident you've got the bodies in the squad as is to cover for Nico once, if he does depart?
Yeah, obviously the club we've been quite busy in certain areas of the pitch, we're a bit stronger than others, so I think everything moves on, and Nico served the club well. There's obviously maybe an opportunity for him and the club to maybe capitalise on that for a transfer fee, but like I said, I don't really want to say too much about Nico at the minute until if and when something happens. It's still an if rather than a certainty, so maybe you can comment a bit more on that if something happens.
Well, there's obviously been reports about potential Minsu coming in, Kevin Kelsey as well. Can you update us on that? How close are they?
Yeah, I think we're close, certainly doing one. Minsu is obviously one that we're been really active on. We're not in a position we can announce anything at the minute, but it wouldn't be a million miles away to suggest that hopefully that one happens for us. And we're still working on one or two other things. The sooner we get them in, the better. But the club are working hard to try and deliver the players that we require for the season ahead.
Derek, would Sunday be too soon for either Minsu or Kelsey or both?
Well, we haven't signed them yet, so we are still working hard to try and make a couple of signings. I think that maybe if we can get things resolved over the next 24 hours, 48 hours with any signing, then they might have a chance for the game on Sunday. But I need to leave that to the people at the club who are working hard to try and get deals done, which is, as we've seen, isn't always easy. But our focus is just on this game tomorrow night, and we'll see where we stand going into Sunday's game.
Derek, was it a beneficial week for you to not have a game at the weekend after that busy start to the season? Just have a bit of time to work with your squad and the new boys as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're grateful for any time on the training pitch, and the lads have been in as well, so we've worked hard but been able to work at a better pace. When the games come thick and fast, Thursday, Sunday, and obviously the schedule's coming up, I think 4 games in 12 days. The ability to train is going to be very it's going to be minimum really, so took advantage of that, getting 1 or 2 days off for the players, but there was also one over the weekend to keep that work going as well. So I think having the option to take the free weekend is, as you've seen, all the clubs have took up that option, and hopefully it pays the benefit for us.
I was just going to say that's the key, isn't it? Obviously, Derek, to use that time that you have on the training ground, but for that to then translate into, presumably, you look for better performances on the pitch.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking for better. We've drawn one in the last 2 games. We're trying to integrate so many players. We're trying to get a rhythm, try to find that familiarity. We have had to obviously dealt a blow with 1 or 2 injuries, and so we will get better as we go along, but it's important that we win games as we are trying to find our best performances. So that's what's pleased me about the last couple of performances, in the sense that the 5 goals against St Mirren showed we're attacking threat. We got a much needed win. We got a win last Thursday. I thought we could have added to it, but when we went down to 10 men, I probably took away that opportunity to do it. But although it wasn't a brilliant performance from us, it was a performance that allows us to get a win, and we kind of didn't give up too many opportunities to our opponent. But we understand that the need for us to get better as we go along is going to be there. It's going to be a requirement, but we will get better as we go along. And we need to make sure we try and win this game tomorrow night if we can, get through the tie. For obvious reasons, European football is so important to the club, both financially, but also for the prestige element of it. Being able to perform and represent the club in Europe is something that's very important to us.
There's a report today about bids coming for Gasana as well. Do you expect more outgoings before the end of the window?
I don't know anything about that. Obviously been training and travelling today, so we'll probably get an update on things over the next 24 hours. But I would expect we'll still get some players that maybe look to maybe move and try and get regular football elsewhere. Obviously there's that balancing act that all clubs need to have, try to get what we want in, but there's not a natural consequence of that players moving out. But I don't know anything in that, Scott, to be honest.